Hello, this morning I will be recording my reaction to RWBY Volume 7 Chapter 4, which is entitled Pomp and Circumstance. Last week, what happened? Last week, they took a journey into the mines with the Aesops, and we got to see some new outfits, some minor weapon modifications, but also it was kind of just a showcase episode, a great one. Yeah, got to introduce us to some of the new stuff, but also the new characters in the Aesops. Got some interesting abilities there, interesting weapons and semblances, but also feels like the Aesops seem like pretty decent guys, which I like. If they cause any trouble, I imagine it's probably going to be due to external manipulation rather than because of themselves necessarily, at least I hope. It also showed that they work very well together. And I like that because I would hope that, I mean, the show is about Team RWBY, well, Team RWBY and Team Junior, but I would like to hope that there are more competent hunters and huntresses around the world as well. So clearly Ironwood did manage to find his best elite team here, and it's good to see that others exist. I don't know where I was going with that. You know what? I'm just gonna go right into the episode because I want to watch it and I can't think of anything else to say. Okay.
Keep dreaming about a better world. You keep wishing for some clarity. Always hoping that a lightning bolt is gonna save you from this gravity. You're holding out for some romantic life.
Every time I listen to this, I hear just a bit more of just what the instruments are doing in the background. I'm no musician, so usually it takes me many listens to be able to hear and pick things out. They've got such a big team now. I hope that doesn't mean it's time to start culling. But at the same time, I'm afraid it might be. Things feel like they've been going a little too well for a while. I love that squad shot. I was wondering if it was an airship or something. Am I recording? Okay.
You guys were incredible! Oh, the way you took down that Geist without needing to plan your tactics out, you just knew exactly what to do!
Well, Aesops are hand-picked to perfectly
His eyes look
complement
super
one another,
wide.
so we can focus on our assets and leave our liabilities behind.
Some of us are all asset, zero liability. Yeah? Think I've got some liabilities, Elm?
Your brains, for one.
Ow. You did ask.
Hi! Do you need a new best friend? Our pair name can be... Perfect complementary teamwork. Oh, yeah. I want to have my friends' backs just like that.
Friends? This isn't the schoolyard, kid.
Thunder thighs.
But I
Pandora.
mean, when you go through so much with someone, it kind of changes things, doesn't it?
We get along well enough, sure. I count on them to keep me alive. They do the same. But that's a job. We don't confuse the two.
Speaking of the job, duty ever beckons. You all hang back a second.
What do you guys want to do when we get back to Atlas? Sightseeing? Oh, what should we visit first?
How about our buds?
Oh, come on, guys! This is a great time to go exploring. We haven't done that in so long.
Ruby, we just explored a whole continent on foot before flying to this one.
Well, yeah, but it was only the boring parts.
We almost died.
Hey, heads up.
Can I get the team leaders over here? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. You too, Crow. I need you on the ground, but be subtle. If people see too many huntsmen milling around, they'll get nervous. And Clover, don't take Marrow.
New problems in Mantle?
I like
More
Marrow.
of the same, unfortunately. Someone in Mantle is taking out public leaders who speak out against Atlas. Specifically, people who speak out against me. It didn't look like a pattern at first, but this is the third murder of its kind in the last week.
Wait a minute. That's the guy that rode with us after we were arrested.
He died?
Your opposition in Mantle dropping dead isn't exactly a good look for you, huh?
I'm not really worried about my public image, but it is causing unrest. I think someone's trying to frame me, and by extension, Atlas. And it's working.
Well, if it wasn't for the embargo making everybody so mad, people probably wouldn't be so quick to blame you for everything else.
I mean, you know.
Sir.
No, you're right. Things in Mantle have been hard to manage lately. I'm not blind to its issues. In fact, that's what I want to talk to you about. With the launch of this mobile communications tower and tensions down in Mantle, I think there's a lot of good your teams can do here. What? Already? Here? No, it's fine. Let him land. I'll deal with him myself.
Him?
More Mantle problems?
No,
Oh,
this one's an Atlas problem.
Jacques.
So let me get this straight.
He sure is a problem.
In addition to this nonsensical embargo of yours crippling my business, you've also decided you have the authority to commandeer private property. When the council hears about this, you will never...
Actually, I've already informed them. As this is now the site of a classified military operation, it didn't even require a vote.
Didn't require a vote.
You might want to brush up on council law before you lose this upcoming election, Jacques. Now, I've allowed you to land here once as a courtesy. The next time, it won't be a friendly reception.
Lately, you seem to forget who your friends really are. I'm going to get that council seat, James, and maybe then you'll... You roped my missing daughter into these schemes of yours, too? How long has she been back in Atlas? Did Winter know about this?
It was my decision to come here. Just like it was my decision to leave. Or have you forgotten all about that?
If you think I'm one to forget anything, girl, then you've misjudged the man your father is.
Believe me, I know exactly the kind of man you are.
How dare you speak to me that way? I have half a mind to...
Half a mind to what, Jacques?
What was he doing there?
Your mother was devastated when you left. Didn't leave her room for days. You know how she gets when she's upset.
The bastard.
I knew one day you would overextend your reach. I didn't come here to beg for an abandoned mine. I came here to thank you for personally handing me the noose to hang you. You'll regret this.
That's why you need friends.
So these are the little friends you threw everything away for.
Not friends.
Oh,
Family.
there you go. Also advice.
Oh, now you show up, Winter. You just missed Father.
I wouldn't say I missed.
Surprise! Did we not start yet?
Did she actually generate those?
Apparently, we haven't.
Start what?
That would be awesome.
It goes without saying that this arena holds a significance to all of us. It's only fitting
I
that we
got
should
ripped
be able to
apart in here.
reconvene here, now, when the world needs to be brought together more than ever. The road you traveled from our first meeting hasn't been easy. You fought for your school and your friends at Beacon. You fought for the world and the innocent at Haven Academy and beyond. You faced down terrors people can't even fathom. That's not the behavior of students. It's the behavior of huntsmen and huntresses.
Wait. What is this?
You are being granted your huntsman licenses. Today.
I know this is coming a little ahead of schedule, but brothers
That's
know
awesome.
you deserve it.
It also
I only
makes
regret
a
that
lot
I
of
couldn't
sense.
do something a little more ceremonious for the occasion.
We're honored, General Ironwood. But you really don't have to do
Please, with the threat of Salem still out there, and tensions rising in our kingdom, I certainly could use more trustworthy fighters by my side. I should be so lucky to have all of you. It's okay. It's a big moment. And what better way than to celebrate here? When this tower is ready and communications are back up and running, we'll tell the world about Salem and face down whatever comes at us after that. Together. That's just about all the pomp I have in me. If you'll excuse me, I have to get back to running this operation. Well then, enjoy the cake.
I was curious.
Speech outros are improving, sir.
After everything we've been through, I almost forgot this is what I wanted in the first place.
When Beacon fell, I didn't think this would even be possible.
It almost feels trivial now.
Jeez, guys, lighten up a little. Enjoy yourselves for a change. You've earned it.
Finally, someone said it. Let's kill some cake, huh? Because I can eat 2 slices before Ren even eats 1. Who says I can't? Who says it, huh?
Nora, nobody is arguing with you about this.
I really like the goofy animation. Also, she still has the swords. I wondered if that was still a thing.
Big day for you, huh, kiddo?
It's definitely a lot to take in.
Which part? The finally
Wonder if
getting
she-
Atlas part? Getting your license part? Or the not quite disclosing everything to Ironwood part?
I was wondering about that.
All of the above.
All of the above. I'm trying to do what I think is best, but I really can't tell if what's best is what's right. Or if I'm no different from Oz.
Ruby, Oz only trusted himself with the whole truth. You're trusting others, but you're making sure they prove themselves first. I think that's a pretty big difference.
I think that seems entirely fair.
This says I'm a huntress now. But I don't feel like I know much more than I did at Beacon.
That feeling never goes away. Your mom, Summer, would be proud of you.
Her last mission, was that another Oz secret?
There were a lot of those back in our day. But this one was a summer secret. When she didn't come back, Osmond seemed just as in the dark as myself and your father. Still, who knows what he may have hidden from us over the years.
What do you think she would have done if she learned the truth about Salem? That she can't be destroyed.
Pressed on, I think. Like you. She was always the best of us. A bit of a brat, though. But hey, I like brats.
Hey, Ruby! Come check this out!
Oh my gosh, is that a mission board? It's an app now? Can we ride a Megalife? Stop an underground crime ring? Do I get to go undercover? Nice!
Hey, you guys smell that? Smells like fresh meat.
That's odd. I don't smell meat. Neither do I.
You know what? Never mind.
Let me get this straight. You've only been official for an hour now, and you're already looking for huntsman work?
To be fair, we've been official for a whole 57 minutes.
I'd like to remind you all that the real mission here is ensuring the successful launch of the communications tower.
True, but we can also keep training and improving by helping where we can.
The enthusiasm of youths!
Well, it's hard to argue with that. Okay, let me show you how it works. Ooh, here's an important one. Who wants to volunteer? All right. We need someone to escort children to pre-primary school down in Mantle. There's not actually any danger, but the parents fret, and that attracts Grim. Perfect. Thanks. Juan, Jim?
Close enough, I guess. Wow, my first huntsman mission.
Come on, you, Jim.
Next, a massive saber is loose in the Mantle sewers. We need 2 brave warriors to flush it out.
Hey, what? But why didn't I get a choice for that one?
Father, you, have a visitor.
I told you I didn't want to be disturbed. Why did you let them in?
I didn't. He let himself in.
A spitting image of you, this lad, Jock. Creepily so, I might add. He's definitely inherited your affect.
Arthur. Whitley, leave us. And shut the door. I said shut the door! You're supposed to be dead.
That is what I wanted people to think, you're right. However, I've heard things about you too, Jacques. Namely, that you have an ironwood problem.
That bastard is costing me more money every day with this embargo. I'd lay off every employee in Mantle if I wasn't trying to get their damn votes for this council seat.
What if I said you could have your cake and eat it too?
Okay, so they aren't working together. Sorry, let me rephrase. They weren't working together prior to this. Even if Watts had already started doing some work. But it does seem that Jacques had no idea about him until now. But that said, Jacques doesn't seem to have any problems with Watts or his existence, so obviously he's going to be getting dragged into that now. Not dragged in. I'm pretty sure he's voluntarily going to be getting into bed with Watts. Okay. What on earth is that? I said stop. Okay, so what was I saying? So initial thing that I'd wondered before was whether Watts was just going to be sort of unwittingly used. I think it's going to be slightly more wittingly used, I guess. Yeah, I don't like him. This is that tough thing where can sometimes be a little uncomfortable with Ironwood's methods and things here, but I also hate Jacques a lot. So there's part of me which is like, yeah, suck it, Jacques. Anyway, I found it interesting, the sort of distinction between friends and teammates. I don't think that you need necessarily to be friends to be able to work together and to trust each other and all that sort of thing. I'm sure there are plenty of cases where people, they just don't, they don't work, but, they don't work well as friends, but they are professional enough and can effectively work with other people, even if they're not the sort of person that they want to hang around with outside of their job. But I think things can be stronger if you're friends. I'm not sure where this is going. I'm not sure where I'm going. I'm not sure where the show might be going with it. But clearly it's showing some sort of distinction between the Aesops and teams Ruby and Junior. The title, Pomp and Circumstance, I had wondered if, before watching, whether it was going to be an ironic title. Turns out it was. It's just showing that, well, Ironwood isn't really one for that. At first I'd thought maybe it's going to be about a whole bunch of, silly, official stuff, and I don't know. For some reason I was picturing lots of red tape and all that sort of stuff. Turns out it was actually just a really simple ceremony, and Ironwood was trying to give the appropriate level of, well, pomp and circumstance as it probably deserves, but because he's not really that type of person, that's how it came out. It sort of really strained him just to do that so that it still seemed respectful, but really he's got a job to do, and so he probably doesn't see much for, all of the ceremony and all of that sort of stuff. But he understands the necessity of it. I do like seeing the goofy sort of animation. I can't remember whether I said that during the reaction. I remember thinking it. I'm not sure whether that's one of those things that actually made it out my mouth or not. But I do like it. The things where they have the characters sort of chop around during parts where it's, just for the sake of humor. I like that. I like seeing more of it. I do want Ruby to keep that balance of sort of humor and being able to also get into serious stuff. And this is just sort of one of those aspects of the humor that I don't want them to lose. Bringing up Summer, that was an interesting thing. I wonder whether specifically we're bringing up Summer for a reason, or whether it's just... can we expect to see more of her somehow? I still feel like she's dead, but I'm wondering whether something that she was doing is going to prove to be important. Or I wonder whether it was brought up more just as like a Oz-related thing. Who knows? I'm still keen to find out. I did like those little sort of the little interaction between Ruby and Crow there. I don't need this anymore. And taking that off, that somehow made me forget the next things I was going to say. Anyway, is there anything else? I didn't write anything else down. But otherwise, I think that was another good little episode. I don't know how many episodes there are this volume, but so far, it's all going fine. I don't know why, everything seems better upon a rewatch for me. I think it's because I get to sort of go on a roll and I can spend more time thinking about it and looking at things. I guess there's different sort of levels that you look at when you're watching a show. The first time I watch it and I see everything on a certain level, and then the next time, because I've already, my mind's already looked at those things before, the second time it's looking at different things, thinking about different things, different appreciation. Anyway, that's it for my Chapter 4 reaction, and I will be back. God, dropping all my things. Just scared my dog. Sorry. Sorry. I'll see you next time.